Here are a few tips for landlords who are looking for information or tips on how to keep good tenants and good tenants in place. The first one is communication. Be communicative, be available, and be a good landlord. So if your tenant pokes you today and says such and such broke down, you want to make sure that you attend to it right away. So if it's having to do with a plumbing issue, electrical issue, appliances don't work, don't sit on those things. The fridge broke down, you can't ignore things like that, or you can, but that doesn't make you a great landlord. With that, I would say having good expectations set out from the beginning in your lease to make sure that it's clear what your tenant is going to take care of and what you as a landlord are going to take care of. If you're not familiar with whose responsibility, then you want to make sure that you have a really good paralegal, lawyer, or really experienced agent who has property management experience or can do leases at high volume who can give you advice as to what to put in the lease. So communication, you got to be available. When they need you, you have to be available. Secondly, it's good to actually make face-to-face contact. How often? I'm going to say my personal recommendation is probably twice a year, not more than that, unless you have a really good reason to be present. I think going in for an annual checkup of a condo or a home is a good idea. To get mechanics looked at, whether it's a heat pump, furnace, AC, whatever it is, to be there and be present when someone is actually providing a service. Do you have to be there for these 2 inspections? No, you don't, but it makes and helps make good face with your tenants to have good rapport and actually show that you have care and interest in how that property runs. And if it's not you and it's a property manager, that's okay, but someone should be a face-to-face contact at some point should your tenant need something. And those annual inspections can also just be an opportunity for you to take a tour around the house, not go through their stuff, which I read online a landlord was caught rifling through a tenant's belongings. That's an absolute no-no, but to go and see how things are doing, how mechanics are operating, if appliances are in good repair, if the roof looks good, if there's any signs of water intrusion, anything like that, you want to go and be there. And the third tip I've got for you to create sticky tenant relationships is to follow the rules as set out by the landlord-tenant board. I know there's a lot of landlords who are not happy with things. It seems that they are favoring tenants these days. I'm not here to debate that, but what I'm saying is if you follow the rules and have a clear established relationship with your tenants, you really can't go wrong. Respect your role as a landlord, let them respect their role as a tenant, but having really good relationship means less turnover. So if you're a shitty landlord and you're in people's face all the time and harassing them, your tenant's not going to stay. You're going to end up putting it back on the market, having to screen for new tenants and having a period of vacancy, I'm going to bet. So it's better to have good, positive relationships, really good rules, and open, effective communication from both sides if you want to have a good relationship and keep your tenants in place.